Hey guys, this is just a little tutorial on how to access and get into the Biomag Lab. So if you open up the Schoology page, open up Unit 5, Toxicology, go into the January 28, 29, February 1st, 2nd folder. You'll see Agenda first, and then Biomag is the red folder. Open that up. And then you have two things I'm going to show you real quick here. You have this template. If you open up the template, you'll hear me talk about this in the video in just a minute. It is a PDF that you can print out that basically gives you all of the dots and cups that you need for the lab. The other thing you need to open up is your Biomagnification Lab itself. And that's going to look like this. Okay, I'm going to show you guys the supplies you need just to highlight where it is on here. You're going to do a little textbook reading first. This is actually your homework for tonight. So you are going to read 317 to 319 and answer these 4 questions first before you actually start doing the lab. And then if you want to use stuff at home instead of the template, here are the supplies that you need. So you need to grab those. You can use a variety of things for the M&Ms and Skittles. It doesn't matter. You just need 10 little things of one color and 20 of another color. Okay guys, so here are the supplies or the templates that I made that you can print out if you want to just get this or get them quickly. You can also just grab your own supplies from your own kitchen. So these, you have 20 green dots. Those represent the algae without DDT, and then you have 10 that have DDT. And then instead of cups, I drew out circles to represent the rest of my food chain. So here you have 9 circles labeled minnow. That's your 9 cups. You can grab 9 small cups. You can also grab 3 medium for sunfish and 1 large one for osprey. If you decide to use these little producers, you need to cut them out. If you have M&Ms, candies, cereal, beans, anything like that at home, and it has 2 different colors, or you can get 2 different kinds, then you can do something like this instead. So I've got little pom-poms. I've got 10 for my ones with DDT in pink, and then I've got 20 of these little green ones. So you can substitute out for this part of the template if you have something like this at home. And again, it can be candy, it can be beans, it can be cereal, whatever you got. And then if you want, you could just print out this part of the template and set it up to do your food chain. The last thing you need is a cup to put either these or whatever is serving as your producer into the cup, and that's going to be your shaker cup. So you're just going to put that in there, and again, just shake them up so that you're pulling randomly out of that cup. Once you have your cup set up or you have the template printed, what you do is you randomly pull an algae out and put it into a minnow cup. You need 3 pom-poms or 3 pieces of algae per minnow. So you're just going to keep pulling pom-poms out until all of your algae have 3. I meant to say you need 3 algae per minnow in that last clip. Oops. So you guys can see I've got all of my minnows filled up. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to count all the DDT that is present in my minnow population. So here I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to go in my data table, that first data table you have in the lab. Once I've got that done, I'm going to move up to my sunfish. And again, I'm just going to randomly pick a minnow. You need 2 minnows per sunfish. So you just keep moving up whatever you pulled out of that cup from the minnows into the sunfish, and then whatever in the sunfish will go up to the osprey. All right, so then here, once I have my sunfish, I'll count up the number of DDT. I have 5, and that is going to go into my data table for sunfish. And then I'm going to just randomly again pull 2 sunfish and put them up into my osprey. So my osprey, I'm gonna have 2 DDT, and that will go in my data table. You're gonna do the same thing for 3 rounds or 3 trials. All right, guys, this is the last part of the lab that I'm going to explain, and then this is just looking at the data tables. So data table 1, you guys can see on the top, and then the calculation table is the second table you see on here. So you have to count up the total amount of DDT and put it in this first data table you see me highlighting. I'll help you out with the first 3 trials of algae. So you have 10 algae that have DDT. So you're going to have 10, 10, and 10 here. In the last column here where it says total population, you put the total number of each species that you have. So algae, you'll have 30, minnows, you have 9, and so forth. Once you have gone through all your trials, you are just going to literally count the number of red circles or whatever puff or item you're using for DDT. You're going to count the number in each population. So in my video, I had 10 in my algae, and then in my minnow population, I believe I had 8. And then you just keep going down the table, filling out for all 3 trials. All right, then for the calculation table, the one down here, the second one, you're going to take the number from this first data table, so the 10, and you're going to divide it by your total population. So you guys can see for mine, I have 10 divided by 30, or 0.33. Once you have all 3 trials in, you're going to average the 3 numbers together. So for my minnows, I had 8 DDT, and I'm going to divide that by 9, which was my total number of minnows, or the total number of cups that I had for minnows. And then I'm going to keep doing that all the way across. Just make sure that you convert it to a decimal form. So that's how you do the tables.